Hello from Southern Ontario, October 17th. Forgive me being all bundled up and everything. I have a touch of the fall log. When the weather turns cold and damp this year, I usually do. Remember missing it last year, or it missing me, but don't worry, I still have 3 chickens. No roosters for this boy. Thank you. Anyways, part 2 of the new normal in Canadian politics. The people I talk to don't seem to get their head around this. Even the people who know that the new normal is no good, you know what I mean by the new normal, they still don't seem to get their head around the Liberal Party isn't the Liberal Party of Canada. It ceased to be that. It is now the party of Trudeau. I don't see how anyone can perceive it any differently. You look at his cabinet ministers. Who are they and where did they come from? He placed them there. Not to mention he shuffles them around like a deck of cards. Bill Blair was Minister of Public Safety in February. Now it's, what's his liver lips, lying Mendoza there? Whatever. And how many of them have citizenships besides Canadian citizenships? Not that that unto itself would be a big issue if it wasn't like, or an issue for consideration, I should say, except that it's like a considerable amount of them. And then there's the 80% WEF membership. But anyways, it's not the Liberal Party of Canada. It is the party of Trudeau. Yeah, they're woke left, but that's it. They're not the conventional Liberal Party. If we leap across the board, sticking to the big 3, so to speak, the NDP. Well, they're not the NDP party anymore. They're not for the working man. What are they for? Do they have a platform and a policy? Other than the signing of the supply and confidence agreement, giving the party of Trudeau truly a dictatorship. So we come back to the middle, the Conservatives. The Conservative Party was always middle right, soft right. But let's look at it as Maxime Bernier did. He was a Conservative member for a long time. And he left the party and formed his own. He formed the People's Progressive Conservative Party because he said to his fellow then conservatives, he said, we're not conservatives. Not at all. We're what the Liberals used to be. We've gone left. And unless this party's going to change and go back to what it always was and still claims to be, then I'm leaving because you've gone too far left. And so Maxim left and formed his own party. But people still see, the people I talk to, it could be summated in, my roommate John always argues, well, never in Canadian politics has a party had a membership, a party been elected with a majority and then fell to a minority and then didn't get voted out. And with Pierre-Paul Levert taking the lead in the Conservatives, he's the man, he's going to save us. Well, conventional politics have nothing to do with the new normal at all, because there's nothing normal about it by yesterday's standards, let's say. And the signing of the supply and confidence agreement literally just, we don't have a parliamentary democracy anymore. What we have is a coup where the party of Trudeau is a regime. And it's 2025 before there could be an election. I've said before, I really rather doubt it's in the scheme of things with Trudeau and his partner in crime, Jagmeet Singh. Excuse me, my og. So I'm just going to leave that there. People just don't seem to realize, well, I'm not quite leaving it there. A lot of people voted Liberal because their daddy and their daddy before them voted Liberal or Conservative, whatever the case may be. There's no way they're going to change tact. That's just they don't vote if they don't like their party's candidate. It all has changed, and the Canadian people's thinking has to change. They have to accept that the new normal is not the old normal, not by any stretch of the imagination. And in the bottom line, 2025, we can't afford to keep Trudeau in power, Trudeau and his regime in power there. And when I say we can't afford to do it, I don't just mean financially. The new normal, it's an ugly normal.